You know, when you think of a hero dog, what's the first image that pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's the German Shepherd. They're one of the most recognizable breeds on the entire planet, a total symbol of courage, smarts, and loyalty. But behind that legendary image, well, there's a pretty demanding reality. So let's dive into what it really means to live with this incredible breed.
And look, we've got to start with their intelligence. This isn't just hype. They are consistently ranked right up there in the top 3 smartest breeds. And that incredible brain, it's the key to everything that makes them a legend and, well, everything that makes them such a challenge.
All right, so first up, let's talk about the legend, right? What exactly are these dogs so famous for? Well, it all boils down to their identity as the ultimate working dog.
And wow, just look at this resume. I mean, from police canine units and military ops to guiding the visually impaired, the German Shepherd's ability to handle complex tasks is just astounding. It's that mix of deep loyalty and just insane trainability that makes them the perfect candidates for these high-stakes jobs.
But here's the thing, and this is what's so fascinating. None of this was an accident. These amazing traits weren't some lucky coincidence. They were literally engineered with a very, very specific goal in mind.
Okay, so let's rewind a bit back to the late 1800s in Germany. There was this captain, Max von Stephanitz, and he set out to create the absolute perfect working dog. And boy, did he succeed. But in creating this perfect dog, he basically hardwired a need for purpose, a need for a job to do, right into their DNA.
So this is the key takeaway for anyone thinking about owning one today. What does working dog actually mean when it's just your pet? Well, without sheep to herd or bad guys to track, their job becomes the structured activity that you provide. It's not just something they enjoy, it's something they absolutely need to be happy and balanced.
Okay, so that's the legend. But that brings us to the big reality check. What does that need for a job actually look like on, a random Tuesday afternoon in your living room? Well, let's get into their energy levels.
Okay, this number right here. Every single potential owner needs to burn this into their brain. 1.5 to 2+ hours of exercise every single day. And listen, we're not talking about a leisurely stroll around the block. This has to be a real mix of tough physical activity and focused mental work. It is absolutely non-negotiable.
So that leads to probably the most important question of all for anyone considering this breed. What happens when that incredible brain and that high-energy body don't get the outlet they were literally designed for?
Well, the consequences are pretty predictable, actually. All that amazing energy gets channeled into things like chewing up your furniture, barking nonstop, or developing some serious anxiety and reactivity. And look, these aren't signs of a bad dog. Not at all. They're symptoms of a super smart, high-energy working dog who is just plain bored.
Yeah, I love this quote because it just nails it. The dog will find a job to do. If you don't give them one, they'll just invent their own. And trust me, you are probably not going to like the job they choose for themselves.
And that gets to the other side of that incredible intelligence. It's really a double-edged sword. A German Shepherd is smart enough to learn your patterns, to test your boundaries, and to find all the loopholes. They need an owner who can be a clear, consistent leader, someone who can stay one step ahead of a dog that's actively trying to outsmart them.
All right, we've talked about the legend, and we've talked about the sometimes brutal reality. So let's put it all together and finally answer that big question. Is the German Shepherd the right dog for you?
This chart really lays it all out, doesn't it? You see that 4 out of 5-star difficulty rating? Well, that's because of the insane daily exercise, the super high need for mental stimulation, and the fact that training never, ever stops. Oh, and yeah, the shedding is no joke. We're talking high-level shedding.
So who is the perfect owner for a German Shepherd? Well, if you're looking at this list and nodding your head, you might just be it. If you're an active person who genuinely loves training and wants a deeply loyal partner for all your adventures, this could be an amazing match.
But on the flip side, you have to be really, really honest with yourself. If you're looking for a low-maintenance couch potato, or if you live a pretty sedentary life, or you just don't have the time for that intense daily engagement, this is not the breed for you. And you know what? That is totally okay. The most important thing is finding the right match for you and for the dog.
So at the end of the day, here's what it all boils down to. The German Shepherd is, without a doubt, an exceptional, magnificent breed. But their greatness comes with an equally great list of needs.
The question isn't, is the German Shepherd a great dog? Of course it is. The real question is, are you truly ready and willing to match its intensity?